The ghost of Harper's Bridge. Harper's Bridge was a rickety, old wooden structure that spanned the murky waters of Willow Creek. For years, it had been the subject of local legends, with many claiming it was haunted by the ghost of a young woman named Emily. Emily had lived in the small town nearby many decades ago. She was known for her kindness and beauty, but her life was cut tragically short. One night, while crossing the bridge during a storm, she slipped and fell into the raging creek below. Her body was never found, and it was said that her spirit still wandered the bridge, searching for peace. One autumn evening, a young couple, Mark and Sarah, decided to test the legend. They had heard the stories all their lives and wanted to see if there was any truth to them. Mark and Sarah arrive at the old, eerie bridge as the sun dips below the horizon. The bridge creaks under their weight. Sarah: nervously, this place gives me the creeps. Mark: reassuring, let's just see if we can find anything. A thick fog begins to roll in, shrouding the surroundings in an eerie mist. They walk to the middle of the bridge and stop, listening to the sounds of the creek below. Sarah calling out, Emily, if you're here, give us a sign. For a moment, nothing but the sound of the water rushing beneath them. Then, the temperature drops even further, and a faint, ghostly light appears at the far end of the bridge. Mark whispering, look, do you see that? The light flickers and wavers like a candle in the wind. Mark raises his camera, trying to capture the phenomenon. The light begins to move towards them, growing brighter with each step. The ghostly figure of Emily glides towards them, her face pale and sorrowful. She stops a few feet away, her eyes locking onto Sarah's. Emily, barely audible, please, help me find peace. Sarah, heart aching, how can we help you? Emily's eyes fill with tears, and she points towards the creek. Emily, my locket. It holds my last memory. Find it, and I can rest. Determined, Mark and Sarah return to the bridge the next morning with a plan to search the creek. They spend hours combing through the muddy waters and debris. Finally, they find a delicate silver locket, tarnished by time, but still intact. That night, they return to the bridge and stand in the same spot where they had encountered Emily. They hold the locket out, calling her name. Sarah calling out, Emily, we found your locket. The ghostly figure appears once more, her eyes filled with gratitude. Emily whispering, thank you. Now I can be free. With those final words, Emily vanishes, and the air grows warmer. The oppressive sadness lifts, leaving Mark and Sarah with a sense of peace. From that day on, the legend of Harper's Bridge changed. People still spoke of Emily, but now they told of how her spirit had been laid to rest by two brave souls who had shown her kindness. The bridge, once a place of fear, became a symbol of hope and compassion. The bridge now stands peacefully over the creek, bathed in the warm light of the setting sun.